Hi everybody. In today's video we're going to go through our hunting log. First thing you're going to want to do is obviously go to the correct job that you want to level and equip any of your EXP boosting items. You can take food too, but if you do that I would take really cheap food, like stuff that's like less than 100 gil on the market. Otherwise it's really, it's still a 3% boost, but you know, hey. So we're going to go through our challenge log and our hunting log today, and kind of multitask just a little bit, just to show the best way to really get that EXP potential when you're out and about in the world, when you're not doing dungeons or, you know, things of that nature. As you can see, the log shows you what you're fighting and where to find it, and as you progress the rewards will get higher as well. So the first couple of pages are going to be basically right outside whatever city your job is from. So a lot of times you're going to find things that are close to each other, or that you can easily access right off the bat. In fact, a lot of them will be the first quest for your job too. As you can see here, these Chigoes and the water sprite are right here. But we're also gonna, like I said, multitask and do some fates. One pops here, you'll see in a moment. These, you're not gonna be hard pressed. Even if you attack multiple of these creatures, you're generally not gonna die. So most fates aren't going to interact. Sometimes you'll get lucky and like the creature that you want to kill will be in the fate. That's the best, because then you can just whack on that and you're fine, good to go. As you can see the fate here behind us, we're going to go interact there. It's smart to not overwhelm yourself in the higher levels, especially once you get into the expansions. This will change, but for the most part this setup will work anytime. So like you can hit basically, obviously the white mage has a little more survivability, but yeah, we'll get into that later too. But there's once you complete 5 fates you get a bonus. Once you complete 10 fates you get another bonus. So just finish that up, get right back to it. Anything with a blue symbol next to the name will not aggro. That's a great place to fight too, because you can hit whatever you want and not be afraid to get attacked. Of course, anything with a red symbol is going to smack you in the face and hurt you. Sometimes you'll get overlapping enemies. I'll show you here in just a second. Like these micro chews, it'll say, I believe, the honey yards, or North Shroud, sorry. But obviously they're in more than one area. The level might be different, but yeah. We're also gonna hit the Siphid Swarm here. Make sure you're hitting the right creature, because sometimes they look the same. Just you really gotta pay attention to that name. Many times I've been sitting there smacking it. It's a lot easier now that they have the symbol above the creature's name there, the little target, and that's gonna really be to your advantage. Because if you're like me and your ADD gets going and you just start killing things and you're like, oh, I just slain 8 of these and I'm hitting the wrong type of this creature. Also, it'll tell you in the quest log, you can't see it because of my Sharples-Quest sticker there, but it'll tell you how many of each creature you killed, so you don't have to finish it right away. It'll keep track of it. Obviously, it also keeps track of it right there in the log, so it's very easy to navigate. It's not going to reset your progress, and you'll be good to go. We're just going to head up here to finish up some of the area's creatures and take part in another fate. It's very important when you're in a fate to pay attention to the requirements in the top right above your quest log. I guess if you haven't moved your quest log, because that'll tell you what you need to do. But for the most part, the symbols in the fate in the minimap will tell you what it is. If it looks like a giant face, that's a boss fate. If it's the little cross swords, it's just kill all the enemies. There's traveling or escort fates, which kind of suck, but they're not that bad. So this one's just your basic hack and slash fate, survive the end. So we're going to kill these trickster imps. Luckily they're roughly the same level. You can do fates that are higher level than you. Just don't get overwhelmed again. Always pay attention to what you're hitting, because as you can see here, this trickster imp is not part of the fate. You can tell because it just says level 9 and it doesn't have the purple symbol. Now the ones outside of fates are stronger and they will take longer to kill, obviously. So you can see here I'm kind of like, I made a mistake. Not the end of the world, it's just a little more hectic. And then you get back to it, they go down easily. Now, if you find yourself dying or losing a fate, you can escape. It's simply by running away. Once you get outside the realm or that area of the fate on the map, typically things will despawn and leave you alone. And the good thing about this is, as long as it's not a boss fate, you will not lose your progress. You can simply run back into the fate. It should keep your specific contribution to the fate, so you'll still get, the right medal or achievement that you would have gotten normally. Like I said, the only time that would be different is if it's a boss fate. If you leave a boss fate and it resets, You'll have to start the fate again. Especially, if you were the only one. If there is multiple people in a fate and you leave, as long as the boss itself doesn't reset completely, I think you're fine. It will just, be the end of it. You can just continue. So the next thing I want to talk about is just using your rotation and your abilities to the best of your potential. Obviously, some jobs have a little more utility than others in the beginning. I think the hardest will probably be melee jobs, but they have higher defense too. So if you get more than one creature, or it's not going to kill you right off the bat. You do get some healing abilities. Like here, I slept those two and put your damage over time abilities on them first. So really just test out your job, test out your abilities, really get comfortable with maneuvering in those battle settings, because in the long run it'll be so much faster and you'll just have a better understanding of what you need to do and what you can do, and it will help you in the long run when you're getting ready to do dungeons and like raids and other things that incorporate other people. You'll be able to handle your own. Don't get upset if people tell you how to play your job. But don't let people tell you how to play your job. Play it how you want to play it. Play it how you're comfortable. Are there things that are standard for your job that people would do? Sure. It happens with any game you play. But that doesn't mean that there's only one way to play your job. So, experiment, find what works for you, and be happy. So here we have one more thing on our list. I saved one of the easy ones just because I was goofing off in the other zone. But when you finish your page, it will unlock the next tier. Typically they work in like 10 level segments. But as long as you are able to defeat the creatures on it and go up to the next one, you'll be fine. So here we'll show you the next tier, so you get more experience. It opens up to other areas. As you go further, it'll go to the other realms. So that's it. That's basically just how to use the hunting log and just general tips. Yeah. Stick with it. Have fun. Be good, and thanks for watching.